So now we're back inside the car because I realized one big problem. I forgot to take this piece off. Otherwise, see, this piece just slides right off. That's actually my mistake. We'll put that on the floor. And you'll find some of the convertible top fabric has double-sided tape on it. You can just take your hands and clean hands and gently just pry that off. Now, I was lucky. I have mine's still sticky, so I can reapply it. But if yours is not sticky, you can just get some double-sided tape from Lowe's or Home Depot to get that fixed. All right, let me just put this down. And now that we have more slack, the front portion should just, once we pull this back, open this up by hand. Now we have enough slack to pull it off. And we'll just walk over to the other side. Same thing, just pull it forward a little bit. And the top just comes right off like that. And we can leave the top. There's this cross support bar here. Don't even bother with that. So now we have access to the top. And we only need to take off these. There's 5 screws here. We just need these 2. The rest stay. Just these 2 on both sides. I have to get a different hex. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, I'm using 2 different types of torque bits. One is a T20, and that pretty much handles everything. And for the larger bolts, I'm using a T30. So I'll take these. Again, putting these on the floor in order. Now, as you do the last one, the top piece really gets loose, so you just have to be careful. And now, this guy should just angle up and slide back to remove. Ah, don't worry, that's just my neighbor's dog. Okay, so now we have the piece off, and we have the latches that are exposed. And I'm just going to put this piece right here on the boot. So now that we have that off, and we've already taken off the screw for the first piece, we can get this second screw right over here. Oops. Okay, that piece is off. Put this down, and I like to put those 2 screws together. Obviously, you have to be careful as you're walking around your car. This side also. Okay. Take that. This piece here, like so. We everything has a place. So now that we've taken off that part, we can actually see the entire locking mechanism. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and take off 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Again, on this side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'll take off this front, and 5. That'll take off the front part of the locking mechanism so that we can slide this right off the track. Okay, so first we're gonna that's 1. That's 2. I'm going to have to switch to the T30 for the bigger bolts. Okay, move that by hand. Chair for now. And as you can see, this just came apart. So now we can get to front bolts. I took this piece with the arm and I just put the bolt back in place. So I don't like having this stuff just loose lying around. So now as you can see, we have the track exposed. We can just pull this guy right out. Okay, I'll have to show you on the other side, but you have to pull this arm here in order to disengage the locking mechanism here from this section. Trying to show you on the other side, the cable's attached to that side. I'm just going to put that down here and put all our screws in the proper place, along with the... So we're going to disassemble that part and take the latch off from that as well. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit trickier because the cable's still attached to it. So I'm not really sure how this is going to work out, but let's see. We're going to pull, and I think, oh look, I guess because the cable is still attached, the mechanism still worked. Okay, and we'll just pull out just a little bit more. Okay, and here's the cable that's attached. And you can see the job that I did the last time. It's pinched pretty hard, and that's held up pretty good so far. If you noticed, I actually had to cut off the end on the first time I did this and retighten the threads that are inside the screen stuff. This was a nightmare taking off, but it is possible to take it off. You just have to take your time and be careful. But what I'm going to do, regardless, I'm going to still remove this side also and use some JB Weld on both sides because I don't want to have to do this again. Now, let's go to the other side. Let's grab our screwdriver, because what we need to do now is the cable's all the way in here. We need to get that cable out. So, from here, again, we're just gonna, using our screwdriver, get it, gonna slowly okay, it was actually like 2 more minutes and I was able to pull the cable out. Now let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. What we need to do is we're going to need to clean this with some Comet or some sort of degreasing solution. You want to clean this really good before you apply the JB weld. And the same thing with the locking piece here. So it's got a small cylindrical tube that you want to get inside there and clean that really good as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take that piece off. It's probably just going to be a matter of just twisting it off. And I'm going to go ahead and clean them, and I'll be right back.